students, good morning. In your previous period we learned types of computer memory, okay, and the difference in computer memory. See, this were difference between RAM and ROM also we learned. Okay, memories can be divided, as I told you, memories can be divided into two types. That is your primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory can be divided into two parts, which is known as your RAM and ROM. The full form of RAM, as I told you, random access memory, and the full form of ROM is read only memory. RAM also is divided into two parts. With first one is your SRAM, which is known as your static RAM, static random access memory, and DRAM means dynamic random access memory. Okay, then comes your ROM, which is known as your PROM, EEPROM, and EEPROM. The full form of PROM is programmable read-only memory, and EEPROM means erasable programmable read-only memory, and EEPROM means electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. This was the whole concept which we learned in your previous period. Okay, previous period. Now, then after we learn types of, the difference between RAM and ROM. This also we learn in your previous period, which is the full form of RAM is random access memory, and the full form of ROM is read only memory. RAM supports reading and writing. That means in RAM you can type. That means we can change it. We can type as well as we can read also. This both things can be done in where in RAM. Whereas in your ROM we can just read it. We are not supposed to type anything. Okay, that means this editing, this clearing data, which is not done in your ROM. Okay. Next is your data and instructions are stored into during its operations. That means during the time, on real time, we can store our data on our basis. Okay, whereas in ROM it is the instructions are stored during its manufacturing. That means in initial stage only the whole data has been saved in ROM. Okay, now fourth difference is it is volatile, and RAM is volatile. That means volatile memory means in case if the power goes off or the computer shuts down, automatically the value which is stored in your RAM will be erased. Whereas in ROM, even though power goes off, your values will be saved as it is. This is known as your non-volatile memory. Understood? This was your we learned in your previous period. Now today we are going to start with your next topic, which is known as your secondary memory. Second type of memory, which is known as your secondary memory. This secondary memory is a long term or a permanent storage. Permanent storage means, as you know, that each and every computer we will be having, computer or laptop, we will be having hard disk. Okay, hard disk, pen drives, okay, CD, DVD, such are your best example of your secondary memory. Now those who don't know what is hard disk is a computer's memory, main memory, where our data will be stored. See, according to me, can you see this drive? Windows C, local disk D, local disk E, local disk F. That means I am having approx around 500 GB hard disk. From that 500 GB hard disk, what I have done, I have bifurcated. That means the whole content, see these folders in a C drive, D drive, see these whole folders, E drive, these things, these datas, and F drive, this data, the whole content is in my hard disk, which is stored permanently. This is this is the best example of your hard disk. Now if you don't know, if you're not seen hard disk, sorry. See, these all are your examples of your hard disk. In this way hard disk looks. That means this is your metal or aluminum box will be there. Inside that box a CD type thing will be there, which starts rotating whenever our computer or laptop turns on. Automatically this CD type, the whole thing starts rotating. This is the only thing why we are getting the sound noise from them. Okay, and this thing, this cable type, antenna type, this starts reading our data which is stored in our hard disk. Okay, the secondary memory is also known as permanent memory. Okay, that means which we can store our data for a long term. Okay, it is not for a temporary purpose, it is stored for a long term. That means even after 10 years or 20 years, if our hard disk is in a proper way, we can get the data after 20 or 50 years also. Okay, this is the best example of your secondary memory. When, and the first characteristic is that it is generally costly and has capacity limitation. That means we are having this textbook is having older one. Okay, this textbook is an older one, that's why they are saying this it is a costly and capacity limitation. Right now it is not so much costly, when it is cheap, as well as we are having around 1 TB hard disk also we are getting it. 1 TB means 500 GB plus 500 GB is equal to 1 TB. Just imagine such big space, big capacity hard disk right now we are getting in our market. Okay, that is a SanDisk or say Seagate, such a year. Say 1 TB to 8 TB. 8 TB hard disk means the whole contents we are getting. Okay, this is your another best example of your secondary memory. Next best example is your CD and DVD. CD and DVD both are almost same. Okay, but in CD they will be having, it is having the small lower capacity of storage compared to your DVD. That's it. Okay, okay, the process of both the things are same only. Okay, then another best example of your secondary memory is your pen drive. I hope you all have seen the pen drive. Okay, there is no need of photo, still I can show you pen drive. See, these are your pen drive which you have seen in your market, where you can store your files. The files means not only computers files, Word, Excel, PowerPoint files. We can store our movies, photos, images, any kind of audio file, any kind of things can be stored in this memory, which is known as your permanent memory. Okay, now underline, I want you to underline the first thing. Primary memory is generally costly and capacity limitation. Just underline it. Then after underline, large amount of data, you can see over here, large amount of data, instructions and informations are stored permanently. See, till here, permanently. Double underline on this, permanently. Whereas in your primary memory it is not stored for permanent purpose. And examples you can underline it: hard disk, CD and DVD, that is your digital versatile disk and pen drives. It is also another main point. It is also, secondary memory is also known as over here auxiliary memory. Underline it. Secondary memory for your exam, in your exam MCQs might be coming. Secondary memory is also known as dash and dash. That means secondary memory is also known as permanent memory, or it is also known as auxiliary memory. Now first example of your secondary memory is about your hard disk. And as I told you, hard disk, it is just a box shape will be there. Inside platers will be there. Okay, which is rotating. Okay, and this rotating speed is counted in RPM, that is your revolution per minute. There how many revolutions is done, and this is done calculated in our hard disk. Underline it. It is a rigid metal. rigid metal plates coated with metal oxide material. That means why we are using this metal oxide, just to prevent the rust. As you know that in Hindi we used to say kaat khana. That means in iron rod, normally our iron rod, when it is exposed to oxygen, it automatically starts rusting. And what happens with this rusting? When this rusting happens, the product becomes weak and it can be torn or broken. For preventing this, they are using the metal, which is known as a metal oxide material. Okay, which is recorded. That's it. Underline over here. Over here. Hard disk. A hard disk platers. Platers means, as I told you, that CD type. That particular CD type is known as a plater. Spin at the rate of speed, typically, underline it, 5400 to 7200 revolutions per minute, RPM. This is also another important point. That means in your example, exam questions might be coming the full form of RPM, revolutions per minute. Okay, typically it is between 5400 to 7200 RPM. Okay. And another characteristics of this is we can read and write. That means both reading as well as writing functions can be done. That means you can see this Word file. This Word file, this is I am saving in my hard disk. Okay, this I am saving in my hard disk. See, I can read it, I can write it. Sorry, I can write it, and not only I can write it, I can also read it in case if I want to read is in after 1 week also. Still, my data will be same as it is. This is the only reason why it is known as your permanent memory. Okay, so in exam the questions might be coming, which of the following is known as your best example of permanent memory, and the example options might be secondary memory, primary memory, or both A and B. Answer is secondary memory. From secondary memory, below, from the below, which is the best example of your secondary memory? In this way question might be coming, in the below, which is the second example of your secondary memory, and the options might be hard disk, CD, DVD, all of this, and the answer is all of this, because the whole content, that means CD, DVD, pen drive, hard disk, the whole four things are known as your secondary memory, which is used to store the data permanently. And it is secondary memory is also known as auxiliary memory. Understood? And underline, hard disk of computers range from 10 GB to 500 GB. And just underline it, 10 GB to 500 GB. As I told you, this textbook is a older version. According to this textbook, they are writing given as 500 GB. Okay, don't think that 500 GB till 8 TB, 1 TB or 2 TB. Over here you can see 350 GB, 500 GB, 1 TB. Yeah, over here they have written 1 TB. Okay, right now we are not getting 1 TB, more than 1 TB also we are getting the hard disk. Okay, so as I told you, this textbook is a older version, so we have to go according to that only. But for your additional knowledge, I'm saying it, we are in normal computer nowadays we are getting 1 TB hard disk. Okay, and apart from hard disk, now we are getting SSD card also, SSD card, which makes the computer more faster. Okay, this is that particular hard disk. Understood? Now next topic is about your CD. The full form of CD is compact disc. Compact disc, underline it. The full form of CD is compact disc. It is also known as optical disc. Underline. CD in MCQ's question might be coming. CD is also known as dash optical disc. It is a round, flat, portable storage medium. Underline. Capacity, the typical capacity of CD is 650 MB. Underline it, this also. Understand? Okay, now this is your normal CD. okay, where they are having the substrate layer, recording layer, gold reflective layer, protection layer, adhesive layer, substrate layer. Actually these layers why they are giving, because some normal scratches, actually, as you know that this CD and DVD, this has to be handled it very carefully. Why? Because in case if any scratch comes on the particular CD, the whole data will be lost and the CD will be becoming useless. So for avoiding this, what we used to do, we use they are sorry we means they used to company people, they used to give many layers for avoiding or for protecting from normal or basic scratches. Okay, that's why it is said that CD and DVD, the both the things, this has to be handled with care. Okay, and the difference is that CD means the full form of the first full form is CD is that compact disc. Okay, and it will be having maximum storage up to, that is just 650 MB, that's it. Okay, that was your CD. Now DVD means CD can be divided into three types. First one is your CD-ROM, underline it, CDR and CDRW, underline it. CD can be divided into three. First one is a CD-ROM, CDR and CDRW. The full form of CD-ROM is your compact disc read-only memory. I hope you all know ROM's full form of ROM. Okay, compact disc read-only memory. Then CDR means compact disc and readable. Underline it. Re-recordable or see over here you can see compact disc CDR, compact disc re-recordable, and CDRW means compact disc rewritable. That means some CDs are there where we can just record it, that's it. Once you record in that particular CD, then after we are not able to change our data. The best example I can say that in normally in our outside, we have seen that many stores are there where they used to sell movies in CDs. Have you seen that? Which they used to sell that particular movies in CD. Just buy that any kind of any movie in that CD, install it in your computer, okay, and try to delete that movie. Then after you won't be rechange it. Normally there are mainly we are using two types of CDs. Okay, according to textbook they are saying three, but mainly we are using two types. First one is your re-recordable, second one is your rewritable. That means in some CDs we can just record and save it, we are not able to change it, whereas in your CDRW we can delete it and again we can change our data. Such type of CD is known as your CDRW. Okay, so I hope you are understood. The full form of CD is compact disc. CD can be divided into how many parts? Three parts. First one is your CD-ROM, second one is a CDR, and third one is a CDRW. Okay, and the full form of CD-ROM is your compact disc read-only memory. Second one, CDR means compact disc re-recordable, and the third one is your compact disc rewritable. Okay, this was your CD. Now next is about your DVD, and the full form of DVD is digital versatile disc. Compared to the CD, both the things will be same. For looking or for the look purpose, they both will be almost same. The thing is that it is the difference between is storage capacity. That means CD will be having lower storage capacity, and it is having the maximum storage up to 650 MB, whereas in your DVD it is having maximum up to 4 GB. Okay, underline it. See, underline this thing. By the way, process of both CD and DVD are same. Okay. Now next is your USB pen drive. USB pen drive means it is also known as USB flash drive. Underline it. USB flash drive are also known as pen drives or thumb drives. Okay. In MCQs for your exam, the questions might be coming. USB drive is also known as dash and dash. That is a pen drives or thumb drives. which is portable, small, portable, and rewritable. As you know that pen drive, it is normally small thing which can be carried each and everywhere. Okay, whether compared to your CD, DVD, and hard disk, especially CD and DVD, it is very hard to carry. Why? Because there are chances to break it. Okay, because it is very light as well as it is very delicate material. So in case if any scratches or external pressure occurs, automatically this CD and DVD might be broken into two pieces. So it is preferred that we used to carry hard disk or your pen drive. But hard disk, why we are not carrying hard disk? The thing is that it is costly compared to your pen drive. It is very costly. It is around starting value is about 2000 onwards. That means 2000, 3000, 4000 hard disk we are getting. But whereas in a pen drive we used to get within 500 or 1000 rupees. Within 1000 rupees we will be getting the pen drive. That too up to 64 GB pen drive we are getting it. Okay, so underline it. The full form of USB Universal Serial Bus, and they comes in different capacities like 2 GB, 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB, 32 and 64 GB. Underline it. Your next line also, next page also. They are very portable and available in various sizes and capacities. And another advantage is that we can connect these pen drives to your computer, laptop, or in TV also. We can store our movies, and we can directly connect to your TV, and we can watch these movies all in your TV also. And this is only possible with the use of what? By using the pen drive. This is the last example of your secondary storage. Okay, today we learned mainly three topics. First one is that is your main topic is secondary memory. In secondary memory, examples of your secondary memories are your hard disk, second CD, third DVD, and fourth one is your pen drive. Full form of your CD is compact disc, and second one full form of DVD is your digital versatile disc. Okay, and the fourth one is your pen drive. Okay, I hope you all understood today's topic. Thank you, students. In your next period we will be learning data representation into computer memory. And one more thing, I want you to underline these things, especially in videos I used to say that underline each and every lines. Okay, I used to specify that which line you have to underline. You have to underline in your textbook because such things will be coming in your exam also. And one more thing, you have to find out the MCQs and tick mark this MCQ. That means your after reading the textbook, you have to don't need to write any kind of question answers, just MCQs, nothing else. We as I told you in the first period onwards, we are only focusing from 9th onwards, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, whole 4 classes we will be having just MCQs for computer. No theory part will be there. I mean no question answers will be there. Okay, you have to underline these MCQs, okay, by your own. At the end, that means after school reopening, I will be giving you the MCQs. Thank you, students.